very good Utah team, very deserving of their number 14 ranking. Disappointed that we didn't play as well as I had hoped we would play. Still very proud of this team. We just finished a pretty tough three-game stretch, and we're hoping that the experience of playing three opponents in which we've played benefits us down the road. This is a pivotal time for our season. We've got a big game coming up here with UNLV on the road. You know, it's always important to be able to go on the road and get a significant win, and we've got to have a great week of preparation as we prepare for Vegas. I thought Tarian Austin, in his first extended action as a true freshman, did some nice things. I think the experience he gained from this game, if needed be, next week, we'll be able to build upon it. You know, I also thought our defense played well. We were able to force some turnovers. The special teams still, I thought, made small improvements. We still allowed the ball to go back, which means we've got to continue to work at it, which I know these guys will. Nobody in that locker room, including the coaches, have cashed it in. We're excited about the opportunity now as we get into conference play and an opportunity to continue to get better. And as we said, going into this season, take the next step. So very hopeful we're able to do that starting with Vegas.
Coach, how would you describe your team right now? What words would you use to describe them?
I'd say inexperienced. I'd say tough. They play hard. They play hard, and that's one of the trademarks that I like about this team. They come to work every day, so they've got great character. These guys are good guys, and the way I see it, good things are going to start happening because they're going to continue to work the way they need to work to get this thing turned around.
Mike, as much as Terry showed, is BR as healthy? Is he the starter?
If BR is healthy, yeah, he'll be our starter.
Coach, you said, you know, the smart playing. Obviously, you said until we win, you know, we're not playing smart enough. But were there some improvements in the smart category of playing smart football?
I think what I said is when we play smart, we'll give ourselves a chance to win. And you know, last week we go from 16 penalties to I think we had 4 or 5 today.
Yeah.
You know, I thought we improved in that area. I thought our guys played with a little more poise, which is expected. I think they understand. These guys are very coachable, and I always expect, and I know they always will try to do exactly what they're asked. And so we'll continue to coach them up through it.
Coach, last week after the loss, you came in here kind of fired up about the special teams and the penalties and that sort of stuff. Here, you took another big loss, but your demeanor seems a little bit different. Why do you think you're a little bit different this week?
Well, I think our kids tried hard, and they didn't beat themselves from the standpoint of we didn't have the not smart penalties. We didn't have the hitting out of bounds. You know, we didn't have the lack of effort, I think, on some of the special teams. And I thought there were times in the games where each phase did some things well, so you can always build on that. Last week I was disappointed in the way we didn't play smart. I was disappointed in 15, 16 penalties. I was disappointed in the lack of execution when we have a one-man rush that blocks a punt. So, yeah, those things are things that as a coach or as a teacher that disappoint you today. Those guys tried to do everything that we asked them to do. And, you know, I can always live with that.
So is this a case of them just being outmanned by Utah and Utah just having much superior talent?
Utah's a good team. I mean, right now we're hurting. We've got a lot. I don't know if you noticed, we've got quite a few guys that aren't full speed. Some of our better players, you know, Carmen Messina's still hobbling. We lost our backup quarterback. We were down to one quarterback. So, you know, as I told the team, they gave great effort. And what that means is that some of these younger guys that are getting opportunities to play, they've got to grow up fast. And, you know, the last touchdown they run, the defensive end doesn't keep contained. That's J.J. Eugene, a true freshman who last year was, you know, riding the yellow school bus to school, and now he's out there playing against the number 14 team in the country. So I can live with true freshmen making mistakes like that because I know they're good players. It's just a matter of gaining the experience.
How do they grow up fast? What do you guys got to do?
Keep coaching them, play them. Same way you do it any other way. You got to coach them up. You got to keep putting them in position. Sometimes you got to cut back what you do, which we did with our game plans on both sides of the football, with knowing that we were playing some inexperienced guys, and then you just got to let them go play and learn.
You said if BR is healthy, he's your starter, but considering the fact that Terry had a pretty good night, is there a chance next week, even if BR is healthy, we see him in extended action?
I don't know if you're going to see him extended. Our goal, you know, you watched us the last 3 weeks, Ari Tarian played regardless of how BR played. We've got to continue to develop depth because football is a physical sport. You'll lose players due to injuries, and what we knew going in about BR's knee. And so we are always one play away from the next guy having to go in there. Not having Brad obviously puts a little more pressure on us to get Tarian ready to play.
How comfortable would you be with
Anything that
a,
would keep him out next week?
I haven't been able to find out from the trainers. Right now, that's either a back or a rib injury. And so, I've got to get the report from the trainer.
how comfortable would you be with a two-quarterback system?
I mean, if BR's healthy enough to play, BR's our guy. I mean, it ain't a two-quarterback system. We're going to try to develop the youth behind him because we understand that he's dealing with a knee injury. But this is BR's team. He's our quarterback, and we'll continue to play the freshman Tarian to develop him along the way. But you can expect that BR is healthy enough to play. He'll be the guy, and he'll get the brunt of the work.
In pregame warm-ups, BR was out there suited up, taking snaps. Was the intention to try and go, and then it just...
We wanted to give him, it was a game-time decision. I wanted to see how he felt. We treated him all the way up till game time. Over at the hotel, he did everything he possibly could to get back. But, when he came out, he was still hobbling. I went up and asked him, I said, how your knee feel? He said, it doesn't feel good. I said, go change out.
What's the attitude of the team for this game?
Well, I think they're disappointed, as they should be when you lose a game. I'm very hopeful that we can go and watch the tape and be able to find some of the positive things. I thought there were some positive things that we were able to do, especially on defense. When they were able to play with a long field, they were able to create turnovers and force turnovers. The thing we've got to be able to do is we've got to be able to help our young quarterback or an inexperienced quarterback, even like a Brad, with being able to run the ball. And if there's any disappointment I have right now on offense, is the play of our offensive line and our inability to efficiently run the ball to take some pressure off of a young quarterback.
You mentioned how tough the three-game schedule to start out the season was. Do you feel that your team, because the level of competition is better than 0-3?
I would hope that we will be better than 0-3, and as I told the team, next week is a pivotal game for us. We're going to have an opportunity to go play a good UNLV team. It's tough to go on the road, and you learn a lot about your team in conference on the road. I'm hoping that we would come back this week, get some guys healthy to be able to go to go out to Vegas with all of our weapons in place. So we're hopeful we can get some of those guys back that have been hobbled, and have a great week of work, and then go out and play smart. The thing I've said before is I like the way they prepare and I like their effort. Now we've got to go out and execute.
What do you say to the fans that they just saw 3 games of giving up 52 points or more in each of them?
Well, all I can tell them is that we're doing everything we can to represent this university and this state. There's nobody more disappointed than our players, so I'm sure if our players are very disappointed, then our fans should be disappointed. I'll tell them that we've got a stretch of games coming up that we need to be able to go out and hopefully use the experience of these 3 tough opponents and show that we are taking the next step that we've talked about.
Have you told your team how pivotal these next couple of games are coming up?
I didn't talk about the next couple. All we did was talk about Vegas, and they understand that, in terms of the things we want to get accomplished, I've put the pressure on that this is an important game for us for our season. This is a pivotal game. It's a road game versus a conference opponent, and to take the next step, you've got to learn to win on the road. And so I'm hopeful that we can go have a great week and give ourselves an opportunity to do that up in Vegas.
Last question, because Coach has radio here.